Hi, my loves. It's Doreen Maleta, girl from around the way, where we have culture, conversation, and community. And in today's video, I'm coming to y'all with some quick commentary. And this is going to be the last time. I promise y'all, this is going to be the last time, or maybe not. I won't promise that I'm talking about this whole Kenya Moore hair care situation, because honestly, I feel like y'all are dogpiling Kenya, and I don't really like that. So we have to talk about it. When I posted in the community tab, a few of y'all were interested in hearing my opinion, and so here we are. This is going to be podcast style, so if you're just getting your day started, hey, peace and love, girl. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. But I wanted to kind of get into this because I feel like so many people, like content creators, are just going and running with this narrative of Kenya. This is what she gets, this is what she deserves, and da 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 da. And although I do think that she was absolutely wrong for doing and displaying the things that she did. I mean, let me just say that I do think that she was absolutely wrong and out of her mind for doing and displaying the things that she did. Okay, I'm gonna say it the third time before y'all. Kenya was wrong for doing and displaying the things that she did. Now, did this deserve to be fired? Perhaps. Did it deserve a suspension? Perhaps. But nobody's talking about how Brit Edy literally is just flying under the radar after literally 3 weeks into filming, not knowing anybody, and making threats against her. Now, I said this in an earlier video, and I'm going to say this again here. And you know what? No, I don't think I mentioned this. I think that, believe it or not, I think that colorism is at play here. And I know y'all be like, oh, Jeray, it's not colorism. I believe that there is some sister cousin wives to colorism, because why is it that Kenya is so easily made to feel not protected? We've seen Kenya historically be not protected by her castmates. We seen it on the trip to Miami when that man was out here hooping and hollering and this, that, and the third. And it was like, oh, no, absolutely not. But because I actually had a chance to watch the episode, I feel differently. I see exactly why everybody is just going with the narrative of Kenya was absolutely wrong. And the reason being is because she's not the type of girl to come with you with her, cowered down. Her back is always straight, and she kind of lacks humility. That's been her character. And I know that a lot of people are uncomfortable when Black women, especially dark-skinned Black women, don't bow down and don't cower down. When I saw Brit Edy in the next scene, and there was no disclaimer or anything, just, oh my gosh, I was just so drunk, I was just out of my mind. Everybody gets too drunk and a little out of their mind. But it also gave that she had somebody come and pull on her wig a little bit and say, girl, you need to calm that down some. You need to come on, be very, very humble, be very apologetic, blame it on alcohol. We can all relate to that. But in that instance, Brit Edy was not talking like a housewife. She was not moving like a housewife. She was moving like a baddie. She was moving like an East Atlanta baddie who actually watches baddies. She probably watching baddies Zeus Network just like us on a regular every day. She was giving it up like a regular bad bitch from Atlanta. Which, if you don't know, you know that they really be having them things on them. This is why Kenya did not engage. She felt like, okay, and anytime there's a person who's non-confrontational is in a situation where it's escalated, they don't engage. They don't go back and forth. Kenya didn't do the TV thing. Kenya could have easily tried to tear her up in that moment, but she didn't. Because I think that situation was truly escalated. They knew and they all felt that Brit Edy was serious, and it was really tense. It was really hype, if nothing else. So Kenya, being who she is, she can't play in that field. She's like, oh, we're just making TV. I'm going to get you back where it hurts in TV. I know that land. Brit Edy knows Baddies World. And bitch, Kenya knows TV world. Now, she's missing the mark when it comes to displaying the things that she actually did. And, apparently the private investigator was Ming Lee, who they had beef, and she got chose, and da-da-da-da-da. Shout out to Jessie Wu, even though I feel like, who died and made her the Real Housewives of Atlanta expert, but whatever. I think that nobody, especially in the content creation world, like nobody's afraid to say like, nah, I mean, like Kenya did the most, but to be fired, it's giving very much like how, there was Nicki Minaj on the scene for so long, and then Cardi B comes out with Bodak Yellow, and the whole world came out and said, oh, Cardi B is a better rapper. Cardi B is this, that, and the third, because she was the new hotness. Brit Edy is just the new hotness. Make no mistake about it, Kenya Moore is that girl. Now, did she have some missteps? Sure. Nicki Minaj has some huge missteps. Oh, you know your dead mama. And she can get the backlash that she needs, and she can, have the moments that she needs. But to go on and on and on, and this is what Kenya gets, and this is what Kenya da 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 da, it's given very much like y'all just couldn't wait to have a moment to allow Kenya to experience some backlash, because she's always been the type of girl who does it she toes the line. She's smart, she's witty, and I was like, good, we finally got it. And Brit Edy, I can almost guarantee you, she got a phone call from one of her producers and said, this is how you clean it up. You got to go on there. You got to be very sorry. And I'm going to give her some flowers. They were all in on it. But nobody could tell Kenya that, because she's who she is. So nobody gave her the side note and the heads up like, hey, girl, she's trying to apologize. She's trying to do this, because now Kenya's in. I'm going to get you back like how I can get you back with a viral TV moment. But they're propping Brit Edy up as Cardi B. Oh, no, she's the new thing. Oh, she's so sorry. Oh, she didn't mean it. Oh, this, that, and the third. This is why when she had those roses, other girl was like, no, but just read the card. Just read the card. Because they were all in on the comeback with Brit Edy, and she's on the courier. Oh, when my auntie died, and, my dad just passed. And now, Brit got a good edit. She got a good edit, y'all. Y'all can't see how Brit got a good edit, because they had already knew where they was going. So for them to show Kenya, taking her shots of Patron, and they like, oh, she's trying to, get up enough liquid courage, and she's 50 years old, and she's trying to drink and this and that. Every lady in that motherfucker had a shot of Patron or two. Every lady in there, but they purposefully showed Kenya taking the shots. You think Portia ain't had no shots? Hello? Anybody there? Every lady that's on that cast, maybe with the exception of Cynthia, was drinking and had a libation or two. But because they're editing Kenya in this way, they're going to show her on the side taking, pouring her a shot or two. Come on now, y'all. And then this is why it's important to understand and not be a part of groupthink and use your common sense. We can understand that there's a storyline behind the scenes, but if we see the show and how it's edited, we're going to take it for face value. This is not face value, y'all. Brit, the way that lady was acting in that moment when she was drunk and out of her body and in her real mind, you think that she really wanted to be so apologetic? No, it doesn't give that. It gave, she was able to be directed, she was able to be produced, and they told her to come on and come like this, because she knew that she was wrong, but Kenya was ready to sting back. Now, did she cut a little deep? For sure. Did she do it wrong in her new salon? Definitely. She missed the mark completely. She missed the mark. But it's giving very much like we need to get rid of Nicki Minaj, and then we're going to prop up Cardi. We're going to realize that Brit Edy is not going to give enough to replace it. And 7 years go by. You know what? Nicki Minaj really is the best rapper of all time. And I think that a lot of these content creators, I think a lot of these people are just so interested in seeing her, and this is what she gets, and this is what it is, because they love to see black women, especially black women who has a straight back and is going to stand on what it is to be, brought down a peg or two, is what I think, honestly. And then for y'all to just be sitting up here and be like, oh, this is what's going on, and I can't believe that girl, she was trying to apologize to her. That girl is acting. They acting their asses off. Another piece, too, is to see how the women responded. Drew Sidor was the only one who kind of stayed next to Kenya. Portia, oh my gosh, y'all can just act like I was edited. I was never even here. I don't want to be associated with it. This is disgusting. This is this, that, and the third. Portia, all the whole shit you done did in your life, girl, you ain't want to be edited out of none of them bolo scenes when it was an actual peen in hand. A real peen. And you was over there swapping and sharing with Drew and Tanya. You ain't want to be edited out. And I think that, like, the reaction from the actual girls, the staff, not the staff, the cast members played a part in it. And Kenya, she didn't read the room. She did not read the room. Kenya was wrong. But if they were going to fire her and terminate her, they should have terminated and made Brit sit out for a couple of episodes. This is the same way. It was the same way. And apparently Brit came up against Bravo and had some sort of legal, involvement. And they wanted to make sure that they were protected. Kenya was still operating in the TV world. Brit was like, I'm going to take this a step further. You feel what I'm saying? And honestly, she wanted to act like she was coming. And if she was so apologetic, she would have had that conversation with her before she got to her event. before she got to her event. She would have reached out to Kenya or her team to let them know that she was sorry versus showing up with some flowers and a note talking about something, my aunt just died. She wasn't serious. She was still trying to make TV. You came on camera wishing me, oh my God, I was so drunk. Why you ain't call Kenya and tell her that before you showed up to her event? Real and what's actually shown on TV, on this reality TV, is completely different. Brit Edy was playing the game. She got a good edit, and I don't know why you don't see that. I don't know why so many people are missing the mark, and it's just easy to dogpile onto Kenya right now because, people been wanting to get her. But for them to bring back Phaedra and Portia, who was literally involved in something that Candy didn't even do. Never did. And Brit Edy has these receipts where she's out here actually doing that, and y'all are going to bring back Phaedra. This is the same season, the same cast, the same episode, the same. I don't want to be involved. Girl, please. I just don't see it. I do not see it, y'all. Please drop that in the comments. Maybe somebody can help me see it. Hold my hand and help me see it. But I think right now what we're seeing is a classic, head BIC and an underdog, and we're all kind of rooting for Brit because she got a good edit. My aunt just passed and was also sudden. I was just so drunk and I just didn't know. And y'all going for it. I'm not convinced, girl. I want to know what you think. Drop that in the comments. As always, I'm sending you much love and much light, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.